Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, November 9. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has resumed administering the first dose of Pfizer vaccine to children 12 years and older. Since getting new supplies recently, the ministry had been focused on completing the inoculation process for those who had previously received their first dose. Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says expanding the pool of vaccinated youngsters is important to getting children back in the face-to-face school setting, which has been interrupted over the past 18 months.
The truth is that it has been very, very difficult for them. And I've seen so many of them who have suffered as a consequence of just not getting the attention that they deserve. So we really want to appeal to the parents and guardians to give as much support as possible when we begin first dose of the Pfizer to the children to try and get them vaccinated so we can get them back in school. It's an absolute important imperative as part of the overall trend. And then to the rest of Jamaicans, we want to encourage them to continue to vaccinate.
The ministry also continues to administer the AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson vaccines to persons 18 years and older. Details on vaccination sites can be found at vaccination.moh.gov.jm or by calling 888-1-LOVE. That's 888-663-5683. Meanwhile, the health minister says it's hoped that more Jamaicans will go out for their COVID-19 vaccine after seeing the successful administration of more than 1 million doses locally. Jamaica reached that milestone on the weekend, 3 weeks ahead of the November 30 target. Up to 8:30 p.m. on November 8, the number stood at 1,010,500 doses administered.
It's psychologically a positive development because it shows that more people are coming on board. Probably 23-24% of the targeted population would have been fully vaccinated. We hope that the pace will pick up, but we continue to go along and to encourage and hopefully to have the take-up increase.
Minister Tufton was participating in a house-to-house vaccination tour on Saturday in Falmouth, Trelawney. He says this type of community intervention for the elderly is important, and the response from the health team is encouraging.
There are people who are shut-ins who need this kind of visitation, and I'm so happy that a number of our public health teams are now doing that. This is now the time for that. The commitment and dedication of the public health team is just heartwarming. I mean, they really go beyond the call of duty. They walk uphill, downhill, through the valleys, good road, bad road, rain, sunshine. And we really, Jamaica owes them a debt of gratitude because what they do and what I have witnessed firsthand, just being out with them, is an indication that we have a first-class team.
In other news, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has reaffirmed Jamaica's commitment to advancing the work of the High-Level Ocean Panel. This despite the severe challenges the country faces in accessing concessionary development financing to adapt to climate change and undertake effective ocean-based climate action.
Jamaica will do its part towards the 100% goal as we seek to drive solutions to the climate change crisis and keep our commitment to 1.5.
Mr. Holness was speaking at the High-Level Panel for a Sustainable Ocean Economy on November 2 as part of the 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference of Parties, COP26 in Glasgow, Scotland. In 2018, Jamaica, along with 13 other countries, agreed to sustainably manage 100% of ocean areas within their national jurisdiction by 2025. The grouping had also committed to protect 30% of the world's ocean by 2030. But Prime Minister Holness says reaching the target is posing a challenge to small island developing states like Jamaica, whose capacity to adapt to climate change is being exacerbated by the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. A youth forum will now become a feature of regional platforms of the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, UNDRR, following Jamaica's successful call for its implementation. The announcement was made recently by Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Desmond McKenzie. He was speaking on Day 4 of the 7th Regional Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction in the Americas and the Caribbean.
I'm also pleased that this regional platform has adopted a resolution moved by Jamaica to integrate a regional youth forum in all future platforms of the region, and also to propose that a global youth forum be incorporated in the global platform for disaster risk reduction in 2022 and all global platforms hereafter.
Minister Mackenzie says the move reflects the fact that currently there are 106 million youth between ages 15 and 24 living in the region, which represents the largest proportion of young people in the history of the region. This marks the second successful motion Jamaica has led for the regional platform, where previously the country pushed for the platform's name change to include the Caribbean. And finally, 32 students have been awarded with government scholarships for outstanding performance in the 2021 Grade 6 Primary Exit Profile PEP exams. 4 of the students, who are the island's highest achievers, received scholarships valued at $108,000 each. They are Adriana McDougall, formerly of Ocherius Primary School, who received the Jag Smith Scholarship for Top Performing Girl, and O'Shane Ellis, who got the Marcus Garvey Scholarship for Top Boy. Former student of Jesse Paul Primary School, Kayla Callum, received the George William Gordon Scholarship for being the second highest ranked girl. Licensed primary graduate Dejanique Hilton was awarded the Paul Bogle Scholarship for being the highest ranked student from a primary school in St. Thomas. The remaining 28 students, 14 boys and 14 girls, were awarded scholarships valued at $100,000 each. Education Minister Favour Williams says despite the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, the scholarship celebration is a reminder that we can overcome.
Your success, which we celebrate today, comes in the wake of a very difficult year and a half of disruption and challenges brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic.
She says the ministry will continue implementing measures to allow students to continue performing well, particularly with the implementation of the primary specialist teacher model. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.